we get first of all, we got a recessed light there that's out, and this leaking shower faucet. Looks like, and this is a Delta Monitor 1400 series. So, and I have messed with this before. It was bought a part. I don't know if I still have it or not. I bought the whole valve. But don't. It's been a couple years. The little cartridge in there. I think I bought the cartridge and it was about, I think, 20 bucks a couple years ago. I just looked it up again. It's $54 now. Interesting. But if I recall correctly, I didn't use the whole piece. I wound up just using the seals because I couldn't get some part of it to line up right. But it fixed the leaking shower head for, I don't know, completely for probably a year or so, and then it gradually started coming back. And as you can see now, it's pretty steady and need to get it addressed. So I'm gonna head to Lowe's and see what I can find, and maybe we can get it fixed today, along with that light. Okay, so I did wind up having to go to the road and turn the water off. Once I got this second collar off, it just by turning this and loosening it, it sent the water to pouring. So I'm hoping when I pull this, there's our leak right there. So I don't know what that little thing was, but see that O-ring right there? So it's stretched out. I'll show you what I got. You can also check out my new behind the shirt magnet mount. So hopefully this is going to be super easy. Hopefully I got the right O-rings. From what I could tell they were, but you never know. Let's see. Put this one on first, make sure it fits like a glove. All right. And usually go with the adage of if it's broke, don't fix it, or if it's not broke, don't fix it. But both of these were still, that other one was in pretty good shape, but while I'm here, I do believe these are going to be the right size. So we'll put those on. And I think this is kind of what I didn't do last time. You know, it probably caused that one to fail a little sooner than it should. Oops. So I bought this for my gaskets and O-rings when I replaced them on the pool. this summer. So just get those greased up around there. If you can see what I'm doing, I did get the light switched out, so that worked. I'm gonna go ahead and grease this one up as well while I'm in here. Hopefully it'll make it last a little longer, because when I went to Lowe's, they actually didn't have this part in stock. They had similar ones, but I don't know if, you know, when you're dealing with water, oh, and electricity, but similar doesn't always. Now what I should have done is made note of which way this was in here. I think it was in here. Let's see. So it goes sideways, and I do remember this arrow right here. Maybe hard to see on the camera, but I know that was on top. So it goes in sideways like so. If it'll go back in there. Maybe not. Let's. Okay. All right, we're back recording. So, see how right here, these are not all the way in there, so I don't think it's seating. Quite right. I know. No, this goes up. But I may have to take this. That may just be as good as it's going to go in there. I don't know. All right, so this color goes back on first. Yeah, it went back on in there that time. So I think we're gonna be good there. Let's so right now, when I turn the water back on, I've got to go back down to the end of the road to turn the water on. But if we've got water coming out, then we will know that ain't right. So, whoops. Headed to turn the water back on. And my wife is at home right now, so I'm gonna call her and she's gonna monitor the handle and the faucet for me. coming out of, I just turned it off. It is coming out of the faucet and the handle. I'm gonna turn it back on, and for is it back on? Probably just the pressure in the line. But we're looking at the handle right now. Nothing coming out of the handle. Okay. Okay. Bye. All right, so just found the problem, and this gasket here is all chewed up, but and I've got the replacements, but they don't look like the same thing. Well, yeah, they do. So I'm gonna take these over here, and once again, since we're in here, I'm going to replace them. And that thing just twists off. I kind of missed that. So, spring size looks pretty close, but honestly, that spring, I think the spring is the spring looks just a tiny bit bigger. So I'm actually going to use the old springs again. Just fit down in there, like so. I think these gaskets are all the same. They will just nope, there's two different kinds. I'm looking for that rounded end, which is that one and this one. So this was a seat and spring kit. Oh, may have to put this on the spring first. There we go. Just gonna all right, so those are in there. Now I don't know exactly. Oops. So this can only go one way, hopefully. I guess if not, we find out. This is my only other concern. This little piece right there, inside of there, looks like some sort of back pressure. But I don't think they make that in a replacement, so we're going back with this arrow I'm using for reference. here. Seated in there nicely. Put this collar back on. Run this off real good. And put this collar back on. I don't know any of the exact names for these things, but you know, you get the point. Off. Screw. So I'm going to, my wife just went to pick the kids up from school. So I think my dad's home. I'm going to call him and see if he'll go turn the water back on. All right. So we just we're not leaking at the handle. Looks like a success. No drips, no streams. Everything's back on. Success. Made a mess. So this is Hayward. So this is Jack's formula. For pool gaskets. This is a Delta 14 or Delta, what is it? Something 1400 series older faucet. I got on their website and looked up the dimensions of this O-ring. And that's what they had at Lowe's. I think those were about $3 for all those O-rings, and I'll definitely keep those. And then this is the seats and springs for Delta. Part number 86968. And it has two different springs and two different seats that you can see I used, and we're good to go. So another thing, this mount, as you can see, we're here in front of the mirror so you can see, and it's on my jacket, but all I have to do is pull it off. It mounts to, I think I can pull this down and show you. This is a magnet, so I've got the other magnet inside my jacket here, as you can see. Now they have it on this lanyard, so you don't have to use the lanyard, but especially with a much thicker jacket or something, the magnet is super strong. Let me just take this off and show you. It's a super strong magnet, so I hope I don't pinch my fingers, and just so you can see. it really clips on there. The safest way is to slide it off. But it's a very strong magnet. I realize that's probably not fun to watch. So if you got on a thinner, like this shirt's very thin, and then this jacket's pretty thin, it doesn't go anywhere. My camera, if I were to, knock it off or bump it significantly, it could possibly fall off. It's a GoPro. I mean, it's in its case. I'm not really worried about that. It's just a good way to get point of view when you need both of your hands. And I know I didn't use it earlier in the video, but I thought I'd get it out and try it out. But I'm very pleased with it. And you don't have to walk around holding it too, kind of let you get rid of that selfie stick or whatever. But so, sorry about the camera work. Trying to do it one-handed. So there, that goes around your neck. And it also helps stabilize it, like this really thin shirt. It kind of wants to, if you were just hanging it off the magnet, then it would droop down, but put my jacket back up and flip this back around and then sit it right there and you're good to go. Actually feels very secure. So anyways, having trouble with your faucet, you got that. If you need a new mount, I think this was, I don't know, around $20 or $30 off of Amazon. They've got some that are very expensive. But anyway, so we fixed I think each of these parts were $3 or $4 each. So $6 or $7. I already had the lube and we're fixed.